Hi, welcome to Larson's Studio 3. In this edition, my name's Dylan Ross, and I'm interviewing Alex Cherian, resident film archivist here at San Francisco State University's San Francisco Bay Area Television Archive. How are you doing today, Alex?
I'm good, Dylan. How are you?
Great. So, first of all, can you just explain really briefly just what exactly the archive is here? Because I didn't know about it when I first found out.
Sure. The Television Archives finds and remasters old local news, film, and documentaries going back as far as the 1950s. The digitized copies are made available online as an academic resource for students, for faculty, for the public to view, and if they want to get access to higher quality copies to use them in projects or in films or TV shows, they can come to me.
Awesome. That's I didn't even know about that resource that we had. How many hours of how much resources or how much television do you have archived at the archive?
Right now, anyone with a computer can go online and get access to about 250 hours of unique news, film, and documentary material. We have a total of about 4,000 hours, so we've remastered about 5%.
Oh man.
It doesn't sound like a lot, but that 5% is a lot more than many other colleges or archives are making available to use. If you're not seeing and hearing film, if you're just storing it on a shelf, then it's a waste of time.
Yeah, I agree. So how long do you think? So that's about only 5%. Is it just you processing this, or is it a whole team? How do you guys go about uh, picking, or what gets priority to start being archived?
I'm currently the only member of staff. Prioritization follows San Francisco State's social justice mission. Generally speaking, if there's a minority or a disadvantaged group, such as, for instance, in the 1960s, the Black Panthers, who were representing African American civil rights, we're going to remaster it, we're going to put it online. In addition to that, commercial projects come to us asking us to process stuff which might not necessarily meet those criteria, but they're going to pay for the privilege to have their material digitized. So they're actually paying for the university to have the footage processed, and then we put it online anyway. So that there's two streams. There's social justice, and there's people who are willing to pay.
Oh, that's really awesome. So one of the little factoids I saw on the website was that a lot of this footage pretty much hasn't really been seen or broadcast until it gets processed for the first time. So are you really the first one to see a lot of this stuff?
Pretty much, apart from a film editor or someone at the film lab back in the day who got their hands on the film first and processed it, or maybe looked at it on a winding bench to decide which cut made it into the news and which did not. Yeah, it's me.
Oh, so are you ever really pleasantly surprised, or you see something and you're just like, whoa, this is really good stuff right here?
Yeah, I'm getting a really good buzz every day. It might be a little thing like seeing someone's face for the first time, not even knowing who they are, or it can go off to I process film from 1964. In 1964, Alaska got hit by a giant tsunami because of an earthquake. A village called Chuniga, full of native people, was completely wiped out. The Red Cross went up from San Francisco to Chuniga to search for survivors, and KPIX went with them. Footage of this wiped out village and the survivors, they'd never actually seen the film before, they were able to gain access to it. I'd never heard of it. By the end of the process, I'd got in touch with one of the guys from the Red Cross who'd been up there. We were in contact with the Chuniga Corporation, who now represents the people who survived. We were in contact with some of the survivors on screen. They'd send us messages like, thank you for finding this
Oh
film.
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like a global scale type thing.
Man, I've never heard of this event either. That's really cool. What kind of difficulties? Do there any sort of difficulties show up when you're processing the films, or is it kind of just gets the same old?
The film's in relatively good condition because
cool.
it's only been processed once. It's not been projected a bunch of times. However, a lot of the times, maybe TV producers in the past have had access to the film. So I'm going to try and find a film featuring Harvey Milk from 1977. In the can, there's a handwritten label saying, taken by Steve, we'll bring back.
So just nothing really tells you, yeah.
It's disappeared.
All right, that's great. Well, we're almost out of time. Can you let everybody know where we can find the archives online, because it is a great resource.
go to google.com, type in TV archive, we will be the top hit, the Bay Area Television Archive.
All
You
right.
can't look from an iPad, but any other computer, it's a free resource.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Alex. I really enjoyed having you on.
Thank
That's
you.
it for this edition of Larson Studio 3.